Hello to my fellow history lovers and people who think if I learn something new, it will be a good day. So we have 3 difficult questions from the Professor Noggin series about battles for the sea. Let's see how you do. Number 1, the Battle of Valcour Island, an early naval battle of the war, occurred on what lake? And that was Lake Champlain, and that is a fascinating battle. I want you to picture there's all kinds of British ships coming to invade from Canada, and none other than future trader Benedict Arnold gets together a scrappy group of boats to basically meet them. It's an amazing story. In fact, I'm writing the next Cape Westgard story is about the Battle of Valcour Island. All right, number 2. The Continental Congress authorized private vessels to attack British ships. What were these ship owners called? And they were called privateers, and I also talked about this in the other video, but in essence, we could not compete with the British Navy. So the Continental Congress thinks we don't have time to build a bunch of ships, we can't build an entire navy, but here's what we could do. A lot of people in this country own ships, they're merchants, but if we take a bunch of cannons, put them on, we can basically arm any boat can become essentially a navy, ad hoc navy, and that's what they did, which I thought was sort of ingenious. And then they would be told, if you attack a British merchant ship, kind of what's in it for them, if you attack a British merchant ship, you can have most of the goods. There was some kind of a division of the wealth between the government and the privateers, but the good thing for them is, A, they're making a whole lot of money, and they're attacking the supply lines. So the British supply lines are being disrupted, which helps the Continental Army. Okay, last one. What ship did this is the Brainiac one. Let's see if you can do this one. I wouldn't have known this, except that I've heard of it, but otherwise I wouldn't have known this. What ship did John Paul Jones capture after the Patriot vessel Bonhomme Richard was sunk? And this is the famous, and I've talked about that also, John Paul Jones is an amazing story as well. His remains were actually eventually dug up and brought back, which is a story I should talk about sometime. But anyway, his ship, he's in a battle, naval battle. His ship is taking on water, literally sinking, and it's on fire. And the British basically say to him, hey, are you ready to give up yet? And he says, surrender, are you ready to surrender yet? And he says, surrender, I have not yet begun to fight. And somehow, with a sinking ship on fire, he actually wins the battle and takes over the British ship, which was the, we just said this, HMS, Her Majesty's, I don't know what the word is, HMS is something about Her Majesty's something, Serapis. Anyway, thanks for letting me share. Thanks for going along with the journey. I love sharing these, and I will see you tomorrow.